Good morning. Let's come on into the studio and get situated. Come on in and maybe say hello if you are connecting, via YouTube. You can type in the comments. I can see them. You can also type in the comments if you're in Facebook and just kind of say hello if you want. It's always nice to be able to greet one another. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this is our Yoga Basics Saturday morning. How is our Saturday starting off? I hope it is going well. First, to my dear friend and hermana Dali, happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños. Miss you, but yesterday was really awesome. We did a private yoga session with the whole gang. Met them here when they were at MSU, and they've all moved to different areas, but we've been able to stay in touch with the virtual yoga and do little group yoga gatherings. And so it's been really nice to remain connected to folks. Hey, Jess, good to see you. And good to see you, Casey. All right, so this morning I want to start sitting. So let's find a way of sitting comfortably that works for us. And I'd like to have us set kind of an intention. Why are we here? What's making us want to come to the yoga? And it's okay if your intention is, hey, I just need to stretch or a de-stress, or it can be something that's really deep in your heart, all right? We have the power to be able to use this space to get out of the head, turn off all of the thinking, because we can't think our way into de-stress. We have to come into a feeling sense. And even if you are here to stretch the physical body, why not take a little bit of hit of some de-stress as well? So I'm fiddling around here, trying to get a little bit of some music that works for us. And it also has to be royalty free so that they don't yank us off of the YouTube and the Facebook. So just making sure that you all are aware. All right. Make sure you've got a block or a strap or something nearby. Good morning. Hey, Bess. All right. I feel like the gang is hanging out together, and I like that. All right, let's take a moment and feel, don't think. Feel things that have recently stressed you out. I'm not naming anything. We can all think or feel. Feel. Feel where it is inhabiting some space in your body. How is it inhabiting that space? Is it tight? Is it painful? Is it dumpy? Is it retreating? Where are we feeling it in our throat, in our jaw? Now allow yourselves to imagine feeling a way that you want to feel. Now maybe you have to think about an event, a party, a gathering with people, and it brightens your heart. You already feel it somewhere. And as you're breathing in, let's invite that. And as you're breathing out, let's breathe out that stressful feeling. Feel the power of feeling. We can't think our way into de-stress. We have to invite it on a cellular feeling level, on a sensual feeling level. Let's breathe in and reach upward. Exhale, bring the hands to center. Now we'll do that again and try not to invite some stress in the shoulders. So we're going to flip the palms upward and lengthen upward and just feel where they naturally want to stop. They don't have to come together to touching. And exhale, bring them down. And we'll do that again. Again, we're breathing in the feeling that we want, that bright, awesome, uplifting feeling. Now flip the palms and let's press it down. Feel the shoulders. Now try to use these muscles less. Flip the palms. Breath in. Exhale, lower it down. Bring as much effortlessness into your wrists and fingers as you can. Inhale. Imagine just a helium feeling lifting those arms. Take thinking out. Exhale, lower. Good. Now let's rotate the arms. So you might see my wrists. All right? But let's work the upper arms as well. Hey, Sarah, I think my eyeballs can see stuff this far away. All right, let's lift the chest, rotate the arms open. And round the spine and rotate the upper arms down. And just start to now feel your way. I'm going to lower my arms and bend the elbows a little, and it took some stress out of my shoulders. I'm definitely carrying stress, and so I got to hopefully lead by example and say, okay, I'm not going to straighten those arms so I can take some of the strain out of the trapezius, in between the back of the neck where it joins in with the shoulders. Good. Now let's reach those arms out in front of us and rotate and lift. Breath. Bring them back down so that the palms are still up. Flip the palms, but keep now rotating from the upper arms. And lift as though the palms are facing outward. Where's your breath? How do you want the breath to feel? And how do you bring that into yourselves? And we'll lower the palms down. All right, so I just wanted to heighten some awareness of how we're rotating in this upper arm as well as the forearms and the wrists, okay, because they're all connected. So now I'm going to bring the palms out in front of me. I'm going to come on back, change the cross while we're at it. Bring the palms out in front and walk the palms in and feel the wrists. Now, angle the palms outward so that the fingertips are outward. Breath. Notice what you're feeling in your wrists and the bones of your hands. All right, now I'm going to turn the fingertips to face me and walk the hands out in front. Can you soften your back and your spine? And it might feel good to come forward. You might be able to notice I don't have the heels of my palms touching the floor. I've walked them far enough forward that I can just still feel the stretch in the skin of the palms, the wrists, feel it bending. Breathe, feel some awareness, get acquainted with the bones in your hands and wrists. All right, now let's see about turning the wrists toward the floor and pushing the wrists forward. Pulling the forearms back. You might feel some stretch or some tension. Now let's not go for the burn. All right, let's see if we can find a nice, kind way of being. Telling ourselves we have patience to wait for things to move, and then you could shift side to side. Maybe tilt the chin up and down as we go, or side to side. And we'll bring ourselves up. A few wrist rotations. Let's feel what's going on. Feel some spaciousness, some movement. And change direction. Flare the fingers out. Come a little bit closer. Flare the fingers out. Work them for no other reason other than to feel them move. Good, and we'll change direction. There was some snap, crackle, pop in my own wrists. You don't have to hold your arms high. I was bringing them up as though I'm showing you all on the camera. Okay. Let's lengthen upward. And let's see about threading the fingers, flipping the palms up. Now go ahead and bring the shoulders up by the ears. Feel your rib cage lifting upward. And we'll twist a little and twist a little. Now let's see if we can twist again and just notice the breath now. How do you want the breath to feel? How is the breath making us feel? Where can you meet the breath in the middle on this one? And let's come around to the other side. Revolve, breath in, breath out. And release, come to center. And a few shoulder rotations. Work the chin and the throat and the neck. With every exhale, we're still letting go of the feeling that's been accumulating that maybe we can't even describe. We just know that it's gunking up our own pipes, our energetic pipes, our emotional pipes. Change direction. And on those inhales, maybe think of a scenario, a location that makes you feel free, open, loving. The person that you know, the characteristics that you know are your best. Awesome. Hi, Claudia. Let's take the right arm across. We can hook under. Claudia's been asking how long I've been practicing. So we're going to sit upright. You don't have to, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my camera today. So you know what I'm going to do? Hang on for a second, you all. I'm going to go to this camera and see if we can work that for a little bit, all right? Because the HD is doing a lot. I don't know why. All righty, so we're doing that hug. Let's bring the arm here and maybe hook or just hug here. If you want to hook, try to have it above the elbow joint. So my elbow joint is right here, so I'm going to bring that above it so that there's no pressure. And then let's twist. So that's a complicated question, Claudia. I've been practicing or familiar since I was a kid because I'm a hippie kid or a hippie's kid. And so my mom was doing a lot of yoga when I was 6 and 7. And so I would join her in shoulder stands and tree poses, that kind of stuff. It was really curious for me as a kid to see my mom upside down. All right, let's release, maybe do a few shoulder rotations. I got involved in power yoga in 2000. Let's go ahead and hug. Feel this side. Think about the feeling you want to release. And think about the feeling that you're inviting. And twist. I used in 2000 a power yoga practice when I was in Dallas as a cross train for martial arts training. Let's fill up the back. Bring in the feeling of breath that you want. Check in right now. Are you forcing anything? And is forcing on your body how you want to feel? We can feel flesh gradually moving and releasing. So I got really involved in a lot of intensity, and then I started to back off of the intensity as I started to get involved into the philosophy of yoga and seeing how it really correlated well with my Buddhist practice, which are two separate things. Now I try to keep them separate. Breath in, breath out. Correction, I keep them separate from you all. I fully integrate them in me. And let's gently release. Feel free to feel the shoulders now. Remember to work the upper arm bone because it rotates in both directions. So let's feel the range. The shoulder socket is a really interesting socket and joint. Kind of similar to the front fins of a fish, how it rotates all the way around. We have a huge amount of range in it. And if we're not working it, right, if we're not using it, we lose it. Let's go ahead and lengthen the arms behind. Now, some of you may want to use a strap or a towel to bring your hands together behind you. If you can interlace behind you, go ahead. You don't have to. And sometimes it's useful to just use a strap and feel that benefit. Take the strain out of the fingers and the wrists, all right? Let's bring some intention into being in our bodies. Let's lift the arms as far up behind us as the body says yes to. and feel the breath in the front of the chest. Can you feel areas in the pectoralis muscles beneath my mammaries? I guess they're beneath everybody's mammaries. Some of us have more prodigious mammaries than others. But feel the muscles in the chest, maybe resisting. And we can work the chin up and down. And so, Claudia, I hope that answers a bit of your question. I've been practicing more of a energetic-based yoga or integrative yoga, as well as trauma-based yoga, for about the last 10 years. Let's turn the neck left and right. And then, so I will now ask the question of you. How long have you been practicing? And a few neck rotations. And what do we consider practicing yoga? Are we talking about all 8 limbs? Are we talking about the physical asana? Change direction. Let's all try to remember. Oh, Sarah's here. Oh, what are those 8 limbs, Sarah? Let's lift the arms back behind and maybe see if the upper body wants to come forward. Breathe your feeling. Scan the body now. How much of the feet and ankles are you aware of? How are they helping you find ease right now? How are they helping you in manifesting how you want to feel in your body? How free and open and yet connected and integrated. And roll the spine up. And I'm going to let those arms go. Let's feel that out, right? Feeling free and open and integrated at the same time. That can feel like they're at opposite ends, but we have to feel whole before we can feel free, because if we're too free and not whole, we uproot and just go kersplat all over the place, right? All righty, I am going to try to switch the camera again, and let's see if we can come up to standing. There it goes. All right. Let's come up to standing. We've worked a bit of the upper body and the neck, and the shoulders. Let's come up onto the tippy toes, rocking back and forth. Wake up our existence in our feet. Feel the muscles in your ankles, your toes, your heels. Spread the toes. How much can you occupy your existence in your feet? Breathe the feeling that you want to have in your spirit into the body. All right, let's bring the feet about hip distance apart. Frontal hip bones, okay? Not the wider sides of the hips, which I'm a little in the lacking department here. I'm going to turn sideways so that we're not locking the knees. So let's feel where we are in the legs. Where's the weight? In your feet. So here it's all the way back in my heels. You can see that by me kind of pooching the butt back. I'm going to try to keep my hips over the arches, not sending it too far forward either. All right, let's breathe in, lengthen upward. Can you feel the muscles along the sides of the ribs lengthening as well as hugging around you? Exhale, hinge at the hips and come forward. Now start to notice where you're feeling any stretch or resistance. So, and I'm trying to use other words because we all experience stretching and tightness and resistance in a different way. So let's try to feel what is the characteristic of different kinds of stretching that we're feeling. And where is it? Is it all the way down into the bottom of the heel at the attachment of the Achilles tendon? Is it up at the base of the calf from the Achilles tendon? Is it dispersing around the back of those muscles? Is it at the back of the kneecap? Are there multiple locations that you're feeling things? Let's breathe. Can you feel the bones in your spine? Can you let gravity take them? Good. Nice deep breath in. And let's roll the spine up. Let's root into the right leg, and we're going to ask the left leg to lift. Ask the torso to stay up. Have a cat rub on your foot. And we'll bring that down. And let's root and lift. So let's feel this as, what is the strength of this left leg to hold me up? This right leg, it's just there, but are we loving it? How does it feel? Does it feel weightless? Just like when we had the arms out. Does it feel weightless? Does it feel like it's heavy? How much work is it taking when a cat is pushing up against you? And let's bring that foot down. All right, I'm going to root again and lift. Now let's see how high you can pull that knee up and bring it down. Root and lift. So there's an aspect of yoga. Let's pull the knee up a little bit higher to try to reduce our reactivity and our attachment, right? So I am actually kind of grateful for my good friend Puma here to give me something to not be distracted about, or at least not get aggravated. Let's breathe in and lengthen. Let's find a gentle side bend here and become aware of all of the flesh along the side of the body. How much does it want to move? And breathe in. Maybe we haven't moved this way much this week. Exhale over, fully occupying the body and the range of movement it wants to give us. Let's lift, breath in, and breathe out any of that remaining feeling that we want to let evacuate from our bodies. And we'll round the spine up. So scoop the tailbone under and roll the spine up. All right, so we're going to lift that right leg once again. And then we're going to step it back. So you can take a few steps if you like. And what's beneficial of that, even if you're like the most awesomest lengthener, is can you feel what stability and security feel like? Do we know? And maybe this has been the kind of week that we're like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I do feel rocked. So can you feel stepping back securely, taking a few steps, embodying that? And then maybe when we're working in our mind, out in the real world, in our thinking stuff, we can remember to take a few steps. Come on. All right. Oh, breath in. And let's straighten the front leg and sink into it. And straighten. Yes, I'm holding a cat that jumped in my arms. And sink into it. And straighten. And sink. All right, now, if you want, let's see if we can bring our hands to the knee. I'm going to have to kick this cat off of me. And bring our right hand down. Maybe have your hand on a block. And see if the chest wants to twist to the left a little. Feel your legs rooting you down. Feel your torso twisting. Feel your breath. Both hands down. Let's step the right foot up and forward fold. Let's roll the spine up. We're going to step the left leg back. Maybe again, practicing security, stability, taking your time. How did I move? How did I get there? What was the most secure way that I moved the body to get there? Feel the inner thigh and the hips. Feel your legs nice and strong. Let's straighten the front leg and sink it down and straighten and sink. Now, as we're doing this, feel your back leg, feel your back foot. Is it firmly pressing through the whole sole of the foot, or are you rolling into the arch of that foot? Can you use your whole foot? Good. We'll bend the right knee and lower our chest down. Bring the left hand down and maybe twist the chest to the right. Yes, the big black blob on me is a cat. Breath in. All right, now are you straining? Are you still inviting the feeling in your inhales? Good, let's bring both hands down, step the back leg up, and forward fold over those legs. Now those knees could be soft, your feet could be apart. Good, let's roll up to standing. And let's see if we can integrate these all together while still building an awareness of staying in an emotional feeling space. Feel your feet, feel your legs, your torso, your arms, your shoulders. I'm going to have to kick you out. All right, let's come up onto the tippy toes and back, maybe rocking into the heels. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, side, push the legs into the floor, feel rooting and groundedness, feel space and stretching. Start to notice the areas of what you feel as a stretch. Is it resistance? Is it yielding? Breath in, exhale over. What does the stoppage of movement feel like in your body as a feeling? Try not to analyze it as a physiological thing. We're not here to kind of go, is that wrong? This isn't a diagnostic looking for a problem. We're here to feel. Breath in, lift, and connect to the feeling. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, breath out. We're going to roll the spine up. Lifting the right knee and lower. Feel it come into contact with the earth. Lifting the left knee and lower. Good. Let's bend the knees. Now, if you'd like to bring the feet together, knees together, great. You can have your feet apart, but if so, have the knees apart. Don't let them come angling in. Weight in your heels, scooping the tailbone back, lift the chest for chair. I'll turn sideways here. All right. Now, some of us, our chair's going to look like this. Some of us, our chair's going to look like this. Feel where your body says, okay, I'm going to hold this. And then it's starting to negotiate with your mind. How long are we holding this? Weight in the heels. Feel the heat building in the body. Let's come all the way up to standing. We're going to lift the right leg. And we're going to step back to that warrior stance again. Maybe use your feeling way. And then you could change something. Maybe you could go one more step back, getting a little longer in the front of this hip. Maybe not. We'll bend this left knee, keeping it over that heel, aiming the hips forward, and we'll straighten and bend. Feel the chest lifting up. How much can we feel stretching or resistance in the front of the belly, the low abdomen? Where's the breath? Let's let go of performing anything. We're here to just feel and be in this body. Let it tell us what's going on. Oh, where are those stress feelings? Where are those sad feelings? Where are the happy feelings? How do we find a balance in them all? Breath in, lift. Are you pressing in that back foot? Are you in a certain area of it? And we'll reach forward, and we can bring the right hand to the floor or the block. Twisting the chest open. Checking right now. Are you straining or forcing the body? What is a stretch? What's resistance? Are you embodying the feeling that you want to express and receive? Left hand down, stepping the right foot up. And let's round the spine back up to standing. What are you doing and feeling in the mountain? What is the depth of the simplicity right here? Bending the knees, pull the butt back, weight in the heels, lift the chest upright, as though your back was going to be meeting the dining table chair, right? So up, bring the heels, weight in the heels. Feel the muscles in this zone, this wonderful triangular zone right here, activated, pulling in, not sucking in. The muscles themselves contracting to give us stability. Breath, relax the jaw. Let's come up to standing. Ease. Embody that ease. We're going to step the left foot back. Take your time or take a big step. It just depends on where you are. What do you want to feel? What do you want to play with? Not perfect. Hands to the hips. Oh, move those hips. If you've been sitting for quite a bit, let's move these big joints. They were meant for movement, not for us to just sit and bear down on them. And we'll straighten and bend. How fluid can our biggest joints be? How might that fluidity serve us when we're being buffeted about in life, when sudden changes and shifts come about? Can we respond with fluidity, not rigidity? Breath in, lift, feel something lifting, stretching, a new area of you that needs to move. And then we'll bring the hands down, left hand down, twist. Now that right hand could stay on the hip. Feel your feet. Do you feel free and easy in your feet, or are you clenching? Fill up the belly. Let the spine move. All right, analyze, feel, sorry, not analyze. Where's the resistance in the spine? Where's the stretch in the leg? Good, let's bring the hands down. Let's bring the back knee down. Step the front knee back. Feel your palms. Try to evenly distribute the weight so that you're not just dumping everything into the heels of the palms. And let's do a few cat and cows. Now start to notice again what I had said about resistance and stretching. What does that feel like? Scan, we've got a lot of territory to observe, from the tailbone, the low back, the front abdomen, wrapping around the sides of the core, into the chest and rib cage, armpits. What is moving? What is stuck? What is initiating the movement? Where's the fluidity? And we've got a range of feelings up and down the whole torso. Can the throat move? How about that tailbone? Good. Now we'll tuck the toes. If your wrists are getting sensitive, you could always make a fist and just rest on the knuckles. You could even find your down dog this way if you must. You could tuck the toes. Now let's just lift the knees off the earth and breathe. Feel your arms. What happened to the breath? Are you still inviting the feeling that you wanted? And let's bring the knees down. Let's come up to standing, about 3 inches of space in between the inner thighs. Hands to the low back, hips forward. What are we feeling right here? Send those hips forward. I'm going to turn back sideways now. Oftentimes, this is where the butt wants to remain. So we're giving a little bit of downward press in the low back and the hips forward. You might feel like you're doing a back bend here, but we're really just upright. Relax your organs in your low abdomen. Relax your pelvic floor. Let the tummy breathe. Good. We'll bring the palms back down. Separate them about shoulder width apart. Bringing some mindfulness about aligning our body weight over the joints. That's all. It isn't about having perfect alignment. It's about aligning your body weight over the joints for their health, for their safety. That's all. I'm tucking the toes, and I'm feeling the stretch underneath of each toe. Remember to use that exhale to breathe out those stressful feelings. How much of them have been hiding down in those toes? Now I'm going to keep my palms flat. If you want to be on the knuckles, go right ahead. We'll lift the knees and then start to push the butt up. But notice here, I'm not unbending the knees. I'm just using the arms to push the butt up and then back forward a little, chest over thumbs, and then butt up. What are we feeling? How much are we really trying to be doing right now instead of feeling? And we'll gradually bring the knees down. All right, I'm going to step my left leg out to the side. Ooh, feel your hips. Now I'm going to show a little bit of alignment here. So my right knee, if I draw a line from it straight out to the side, I want to see if I can maybe find a capital T, all right? So where that line would meet, it would be at the center of a capital T. And that's keeping the hips more or less in alignment, so we're not putting undue strain on those attachments in the hips. Another intricate joint. Now, foot flat. See if we can keep the toes aiming here. Notice what we're feeling along here. Maybe here. Oh, what's going on in here? Now, many of us, this is about where we are, because this is already feeling like it's a little tight. It might be seizing. And this is where I want to see, just ease your way. What's resisting? What's going on right here? I know I've got a lot of clenchy, kind of fist knuckling. That's what it feels like in my gluteus medius. That's my medium butt. And usually if I work it a little bit, it starts to relax. And think about what we did. So we're in half of a camel here. We were there before, trying to have those hips over the knees. And then just notice, because oftentimes we don't need to move much. Already we're feeling a restriction or resistance or a stretch. What is it? I like to give my feelings, those sensations, different kinds of descriptors, right? There's burn, there's sting, there's hug. I've used those already. Also, there's temperature, right? Hot, cold, medium, radiating, laser, tight. Sorry, needling. Needling is a good one. But let's feel that out. What's going on? We got different stuff in different places. And what's okay? What's telling you, yeah, we can feel this and it's okay? And what are the feelings that start to go, don't do that anymore? Right? That real warning sign. Let's see if we can lengthen upward. Breath in. This is parigraha. We're going to bring this arm maybe on the thigh. Maybe as we arc over through the side, the hand may slide down, hip forward. Take your breath with you. Use the breath to invite the feeling that you want to embody. Use the breath to release anything that's feeling stagnant, stressful, obstructing you from being your highest self, your truest, kindest self. Ease up in the shoulder. Check in with your wrist and fingers. Check in with your jaw. Our whole body is a house holding so many energies in so many rooms. Slowly bring yourselves up. Feel the release. And we'll bring this knee in and get ready for the other side. Try to remember to feel out. Okay, where's my alignment? Look at that foot. Feel your hips. Check in. And already this side wasn't nearly as tight initially as the other side. That other side I had a lot of tension. Took me a while to bring myself up here. You can work the hips. Feel your way. Where's your breath? Feel that open feeling. And what's holding things together? And how are they working together with one another? All right, we'll lengthen upward. Lift. Spaciousness. Spaciousness because we can feel rooted, secure, and find a side bend. Oh. Now maybe notice, are you clenching your glutes, your butt muscles? What's going on in the things that are trying to hold together? Right? Is it a panicky, grippy holding together? Or is it a secure and comforting holding together? What do you need right now? I'm not going to say one is worse or better than the other. We need different ways of being held together at different times. What's going on right now? Use the breath to invite the feeling that you need. Trust that your intuitive self knows what you need. Let it happen and let it in and let it out. And we'll gradually lengthen upward. All right, let's bring this knee in. And we'll do one more down dog. So I was sideways for you all. I'll bring the palms down. Position your palms with intention. Position your feet. Feel the toes. Feel the stretching in the feet. When you're ready, maybe just lift the knees a bit. Be where we are and be willing to feel where we are. Don't be in the future. Don't be in the past. Breath, using the arms to push the hips up as we drop the head down, keeping the knees soft. Notice any urge to change where you are, a non-acceptance of just being right here. And we'll lower those knees down. Let's twist the right arm open, breath in. Exhale, right hand down, twist the left arm open, breath in. And left hand down, tuck the toes, be in your feet, be in your arms, lift the knees, be in your strength, be in your feeling. Hips up, head down, knees stay soft. Where's the breath? Feel your entire spine. Feel your neck and your head as that top part of your spine. In between the shoulder blades, feel the ribs connected in the upper spine. Feel your mid-back and low back, that free area of the spine. Now let's see if we can ask the low tailbone area to do a few pelvic thrusts or pelvic tilts with the knees soft. What feelings, sensations are we aware of? Restriction and stretch. Now press the heels back. You don't have to super straighten those legs, so the knees could always remain soft. And let's pedal the heels up and down, becoming familiar with what's going on in the feelings in the feet, the ankles, the heels. Can you check in now on what's going on your neck and shoulders? And we'll gradually bring those knees down. And let's come to a seated position. We'll bring the left foot up against the right thigh. You might want to block under this hip, especially if it's like hanging out up here, if it feels like the groin is going, I don't want to fall that way. That's too much. So you could use a stack of books. You could use a yoga block. You could use a pillow. But giving ourselves support and then aligning ourselves to the best that our bodies want to give, not aligning with mine. Sitting up tall, breath in, and let's twist in the direction of the right leg. Shoulders, how much can we ask them to just root down, get out of the way, and then ask the heart and the chest to lift up. Chin up and down. Feel the neck. Feel the restriction and the freedom. Can you feel it in your nostrils? Can you free the nostrils, the nasal passageways, back of the throat? And we'll release out of the twist. I'm going to move this block because I don't need it, but if you want to keep it there, go right ahead. And we're going to come forward. So you don't have to think, and nor did I say, face to your leg, right? Just let the torso come forward. You could have your arms resting on a pillow here. Maybe your arms are resting on your shin, round your back. And let's point and flex the toes, the heels, the ankles. Breathe into the low belly. Soften your neck. Now we're going to practice just a few intentional activities. So flex the toes to your face, driving the heel forward in that right leg, pushing the back of the right leg into the floor. Now we're all pressing to a different amount of pressure. What are you feeling? Now, can you back off of that intensity of pushing the leg to the floor a quarter? Back it off 25%. Still breathe and soften the upper body. Stay active in the right leg. Now push the back of that leg 100% again. Go for it. Where's the breath? What happened in the torso and the spine and the neck? Now back off 50% in that right leg. What's happening in the upper body? Breathing in. Breathing out. One more time. Let's push the back of that leg 100%. Press it into the earth. Mean it. Feel how much you're dedicated to it. You all know whether you're like half-assing it at all. And I'm not asking you to be a drill sergeant with yourself. Just be truthful. Breath in. Now back off 100%. Let that right foot go limp. Let the upper body go limp. What changed in the upper body, in the back of the right leg? In resistance. And stretch. And we'll bring ourselves back up. Good. All right, we're going to bring this left knee in and step it across. All right, so I'm going to turn sideways. Now, if we've got tummy and torso in the way, right, we might not be able to sit really far up if that's pushing up against. And for where we're going today, cool. Go ahead and lean back a bit. You could even use your left hand to give you some support. We'll cross this foot over to the right a little bit more. Use this left hand, right hand, and pull the left knee up to the ceiling. See if that left foot can be flat. Now, feel your bottom leg. Take it crossways to the left, like you're making an X. Now, remember what we did with so much activity in that right leg before? Let's come back to it. Flex the toes. Push the back of that leg into the floor. Good. Keep that left foot flat. Use the right arm. Keep pulling that left knee to the ceiling. Now twist the belly to the left. Breath in. Breath out. Lift the chest. Push the butt down. Freedom in the neck. What's the most free we can feel in this spiral? What areas of our body are wanting to move and are resisting the movement? What is that sensation making us feel emotionally? And how do we ask ourselves to give ourselves what we need right here? Physically, no strain. Emotionally, full of kindness. And gently release out of that twist. We'll bring that right leg back. Uncross that leg. Both feet out in front of us. Investing now in just a little counter. So we did a lot of twisting. We're going to come forward over that leg. Feel free to clear out some flesh from underneath of your hips so that you can feel the two bones of your sit bones under your pelvic floor. Down. Point and flex. Wake up the feet again. Feel the muscles in your shins. Notice that sensation. Does it feel like a rod? Does it feel like it's radiating? What are we feeling in the calves and the ankles? I'm feeling a lot of tension in the very top of the ankles. Not the top of the foot, just right at the hinge of the ankle. Now spread the toes. Flex the toes to the face, pressing both legs into the floor. And as though we could lift here from the pelvic floor up, shoulders down. Let's do a few of those shoulder rotations, kind of circling ourselves back to the beginning of class. Feel the range. What's different? Maybe our range of awareness has expanded. I'm feeling more movement in between the shoulder blades, and I'm wondering, is it that more is moving or that I am more keenly aware? Can you feel the muscles in the core lifting the chest, change direction? Can the movements feel freeing? How free can the breath be? Can we still anchor with the legs? Good. Keeping the legs pressing down. Starting to walk the chest forward. Go ahead and lift that chin. Exaggerate it. I know I rarely say to go ahead and do it, so go for it. If you think I'm talking to you, I maybe am. Flex the toes to your face, push the backs of the legs into the floor. Drive the chest forward, chin forward, shoulders back, breath. What are the range of sensations? Feel your low back and your upper hamstrings. Where are the tightest points and how are they working with one another or against one another? And we'll roll that spine up. Good morning, D-Bay. All right, we're going to do the other side now. I'm going to turn to face us again. Left leg forward this time. Right knee bent. Now, don't feel as though you need to hike that heel up to the groin. Pay attention to how much does the knee want to bend? How much does this hip want to move? Some of us might need that foot down toward the knee. And so that we can kind of feel that inner groin, that inner thigh. How much does it want to open? Let's not get in the habit of forcing upon the body, dominating upon the body in our yoga. Yoga is a connective practice, learning how to collaborate and negotiate with the body and mind, creating a partnership, not one of dominance. All right, if you needed a block underneath here, great. Feel the energy of lifting, squeeze this leg. Put that intention into it. We're going to have a twist first. Feel your sit bones. Sometimes you might need to clear some flesh here too so that you can feel really firmly rooted. Abdomen, low ab engaged, spine lifting, breath in, and twist. Remember, use the inhale to invite the feeling that you want for yourself in your body and your spirit today. Use your exhale to release a stressful feeling that you felt or hung on to this week. Don't let it take up residence. Get in a regular habit of a practice that helps you kind of slough out what isn't giving us nutrient, growth, and positivity. And release. Now we're going to come forward again. Engage this thigh as though you're pushing it into the floor. Flex the toes and allow the upper body. Again, you could rest on a pillow here. Maybe the upper body comes forward further. Soften the back. Now we're still squeezing in that left leg. You get to feel out how much are you applying that pressure. What is your 100%? Does it feel positive? Does it feel like a strangle? You get to make a choice about this. When you hear go, do you go all out? What are your tendencies? Yoga is a wonderful way for us to connect, to learn more about our own patterns. How are we walking in the world in our bodies? Are you still squeezing the thigh or just the calf? I said that to call myself out. Breath. Now back off of that left leg 25%. So just unsqueeze, ungrip. What you consider 25%. Soften your back muscles. If we just ask one area to work, and that be the left leg, you tell the rest of the body it's got the time off. How is the body responding? Is it trusting that it has the time off? What does it feel like to apply yourself to a feeling of ease and a feeling of work? Squeeze the left leg. Push the back of it into the floor 100%. Does the rest of the body now also engage, or does it not trust it could still let go? Now release that left leg 50%. Breath. One more time. Squeeze 100%. Do you have the same gas to do it? Where are you feeling limitation in the back of the calf, kneecap, thigh? What happened to our breath when we re-engaged 100%? Now let's let go 100%. Let that left ankle and foot go limp. Whole body goes limp. And bring the upper body back up. Okay, we're going to cross this right foot across this time. Remember I said, so I'm not trying to have you, I'm going to turn sideways again. Not trying to say smash this up into the belly and the chest, especially if we have a limitation, right? If I had more mass here, that's as high up as this knee would be, and I might need to be back here. Let's do that, okay? So let's feel out how much room do we have. So that foot is flat on the right foot. Knee still aiming up to the ceiling as best we can. Now I'm going to step the right foot across. We're making an X with the upper part of the leg bone, right? So step it over. You might start to feel some tension. Bring in that awareness of, oh, is that a restriction? Is that tension? What's different here versus here versus here versus here? Because, hey, it's all different. What's going on in the low back? Now I'm going to take my left leg and ask it like an X to come that way. And let's accept the limitation. Whoa, that just changed everything across this area for me while keeping this knee up. Squeeze that left leg. Chest up. Maybe you're leaning back to make space for the tummy. Squeeze that left leg. Use the left arm to help pull that right knee upward to the ceiling. Good. Breath in, sitting up. Exhale, twist. Scan your whole body. Use the breath, the inhales, to invite that feeling in your whole body. Invite that feeling that you wanted for yourself into your face right now. Invite that feeling that you wanted into your shoulders and your chest right now. How did the muscles respond? Invite that feeling into the center of your belly, wrapping around your back from the belly. Maybe working the neck up and down or side to side. Invite that feeling. Use the breath. Good. To just remove the feelings that are stagnant and not serving us. And invite the feelings that we want. Yep, and that's right. Every exhale, you might still be evacuating because we accumulate a lot of stressful feelings. There's no single breath that's just going to go and done. Because guess what? We're never done. Let's gently release and come on back to center. Let's bring the legs out in front of us. We're in a constant state of becoming. As long as there's breath in our bodies, we're in a constant state of becoming. There's no state of perfection. It's just constantly being, constantly becoming in our awareness, constantly becoming in our awareness of the possibility and capacity of our bodies in this moment, not a future moment, because we're not in the future moment. We can only be right here. So let's love and accept what the hips want to give us, our thighs, our skin, our organs, all of our joints, our bones. Feel the energy of life just lifting us up. Breath in, push the legs down, lift the chest. Exhale, come on forward. Nice deep breath in, invite in the feeling that you want. Exhale out the mouth if you want. And we'll roll the spine upright. We're going to come to lying down and choose how you want to get there. Okay, so some of you might want to use your hands to support you coming down. Some of you may want to engage in the core, all right? If you have low back pain, this may not be a good thing to do. Okay, so feel out where you are. Respect this frame. Respect all of its limitations, its injuries, its habits, its habitual tendencies. Have you let go? Use the breath to help you remember to let go. Let's bring the hands behind the head and use the hands to gently lift the chin up toward the chest. And just let the arms provide support so that you can release the weight of the head and the neck backward, as though they wanted to press to the floor. Scan out what's going on in the neck. Where in the neck? Feel the range of sensations, resistance and stretch. Do you want more? What kind of more? Do you want to turn the neck left or right? How does that change what we're feeling? What's changing right now? Maybe lift the chin up a little bit more. What are we feeling in the shoulder blades? Remember your feeling now that you wanted to invite and use it with the inhale. Use it with the exhale to remove what isn't serving us. And we'll release the head down. Relax the arms. Position your arms where you want them to be. And invite yourselves to be aware of resistance and openness within a posture of stillness. Shavasana. Is there resistance in the hips and the pelvis? Is there resistance in the organs and the abdomen to allow the breath to feel as expansive as it can? What is within the range of possibility in body and breath and mind right here of feeling? Where is your mind? Invite it right here. Be present with a small, nuanced area of your physical existence. A small piece of your breath. A small space in your mind. And slowly walk the feet in. And just let the knees rock left and right. Still focusing on feeling the groin, the sides of the hips and thighs, the low back, and the areas of the body that can just let things happen. Will we? Can we? I hope so. And then let's roll over to one side and allow ourselves to come upright, feeling how we get ourselves there. And let's come to a seated space. I'll switch camera. Find a cross-legged space. You could be sitting on a block. You could be sitting with your legs out in front of you or your back against a wall. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. And use this as an intentional space of contact with yourself, with your physical self, the front of your flesh, your belly, your chest. Feel your body receiving the touch. Feel the hands delivering the touch. Feel your hands feeling the flesh of your chest and tummy. And feel your mind receiving that information. And let's send back that feeling that we wanted to invite for ourselves. Some kindness in the touch. Some love, some true, genuine love for this vessel. Iyengar said that the practice of asana, the practice of yoga postures, helps us make the body be a fit vessel for our spirit. That's what this is for. So let's feel the breath going in and out, this exchange that this body needs in order to continue to sustain itself and be alive for us. Bring your attention into the gift of breathing, the exchange with the outside atmosphere, us drawing in the outside atmosphere for life and vitality. And what we're releasing is giving vitality to other beings. What a way to connect with the earth, with one another. Deep breath in if you'd like to Om. You could bring your hands to the heart center at the Anjali Mudra. You could just rest your hands on your lap if you like. The Anjali Mudra holding our intention in our hands, close to our heart, so that we gather it with that intention throughout the day. I'm going to hold what's dear to me close to my heart and remember it each time I do this. All of the kindness and love inside of me recognizes the same kindness and love exists inside of you. That's namaste. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining on a Saturday morning. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, our yoga basics, keeping things down to the fundamentals, but still trying to integrate in some bit of understanding of as many of the limbs of yoga as we can. I'm still waiting, Sarah. I'm teasing. You don't have to write it down. It's been great to see you all. Feel free to come on back 11:30 if you'd like to check out the Empower Yoga Flow, where really the task is to connect into your power, which might mean doing less rather than doing more. Because I know that I myself really have to work very hard at doing less. At the end of each day, I'm like, man, I just need a break. Man, I need to do less. Maybe in the middle of the day, I'm like, okay, don't try so hard. Don't do that. Because if doing less and going a little lighter was easy, we would all be doing it. So if you want to come to the power, maybe let that be a part of your intention and see how easy or hard it may be. So great to see you all. Thank you all for joining and sharing practice with me. I am deeply honored for your trust, for your camaraderie. If you wish to give a donation, paypal.me/justbeyoga, or you could just go to the Just Be Yoga website and you could click in through there as well. Yeah, I was doing a little techno razzle dazzle, so let's see if it works. All right, namaste.